Welcome back. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy to be home. Back in the warm weather of Miami. God, it was cold in New York. I don't know how you guys do it. Welcome back. Good morning. All right. Make sure everything's set up here. I think we're good to go. Thanks, Jacob. Morning, Alpha. Wow, nice, Chef. $5,200 on Tesla. Hell yeah. Boom. That's a nice little Friday there, Chef. Yeah, congrats to you guys that caught Tesla on Friday. I was in New York watching that thing. Happy with the shares. I mean, what am I up now? I'm in at 111 on Tesla. Up like 5K. 5K on Tesla on shares, which was sick. So yeah, I'm happy about that. The M1 account is almost back to break even, which is absolutely insane. I made a video beginning of this year. I was down $9,000, 20% on my M1 long term, and now it's down 1.5%, down like $1,100 or something. So crazy. That dollar cost averaging, at least so far this year, has paid off nicely, but obviously we'll see how that ends. But so far, a good month, year to date, huge returns on the long term. All right, guys, so let's get started. Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are, looks like we got a good amount of people here early, so it looks like we're ready to go. So today, some big things to watch, right? That big 4,100 level on the S&P 500, that's no joke of a level. That could definitely bring us, some downside into this earnings week. That could definitely, here's how I'll say it. I would be very shocked to see us break 4,100 off without any major economic or earnings news, right? We're going to need something strong to get through that 4,100 level on the ES. Until we get through that 4,100 level, I think you got to be very careful longing this market. I think everyone knows the market has gone up pretty nicely over the last few weeks. It's been a very nice ride. If you caught that upside, congratulations. But this is the week where I think you got to just put the finger on or pull the gas off a little bit. Like take the foot off the pedal just a little bit on the upside. We got to watch out for that 4,100 level. That's a big level on the ES. The NASDAQ also rejected that 12,300 level. I think you take your foot off the gas a little bit on the upside here, and just sort of play this week a little bit cautious. So you got a big supply rejection on the S&P. You got some major earnings coming out this week. I think this is the week where you stay cash on a nightly basis. I think it's going to be a hard week to swing trade because of the earnings and some of the economic news. I think we have FOMC this week as well. So I think it's one of those weeks where you take it easy, right? If you caught that upside last week, congrats. Take those wins and make sure you keep it, right? I think this week let's make sure to keep our gains from that move last week, and let's throttle back a little bit with some of these major supply rejections and with some of the major earnings and economic news coming out this week. So that's my original feeling as I step into the market on Monday here. That's my first impression. We'll have to see how things, sort of work out this week. But if I had to tell someone what my first impression of this week is, that's what I would say. Throttle back a little bit. Watch out for the supply rejections. Watch out for major economic earnings news. All right? So that's my first little spiel for you today. Let's go and pull up the economic calendar. I think that's probably the next thing we should look at, and then we'll look at the earnings calendar and get ourselves sort of ready for this week. So Today we got shoes as the ad. I have not looked at shoes online for a long time, but that is the ad that we are receiving today. So if anyone's interested in shoes, there you go. Hello, Paisan. So today on the economic side, nothing. No news. January 30th, none scheduled. But we get pretty busy here, right? We get pretty busy here midweek. Tuesday, tomorrow, employment cost index. We'll keep an eye on that. We got some home price index stuff coming out on Tuesday. Not too major, but some things to keep an eye out for. Wednesday is where things get big. All right. Wednesday is where things get pretty major. We have ADP employment report. We have manufacturing PMI. We have job openings. We have job quits. We have construction spending. And then the big boy at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, federal funds and Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will be speaking on Wednesday, February 1st. So, all right, this is big. This is very big. Someone was using your Wi-Fi while you're gone. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Nuss. Who knows? February 1st, big stuff here on the economic news. And, obviously something that we need to be aware of as traders, right? We got to be aware as traders. This is possibly, this could go any direction. We can't be too biased. We can't think that something is going to hold up in a certain direction into this type of economic news. This is potentially market turning, market deciding, right? This is big. So watch out for that. That's Wednesday. Thursday, jobless claims. And Friday, our normal non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, etc. So economic news picks up pretty heavy here on Wednesday into the end of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, major economic news. That's something we need to know as we approach this week, all right? That's that. Let's go ahead and pop up the earnings calendar, because while we have that economic news, we also have some major earnings. All right, let's pop that up. Let's go here. Here we go. So today, SoFi, nothing major, nothing that's going to really move the market. SoFi, a little bit of it, nothing here, right? Today's nothing major on the economic side. Or I'm sorry, on the earnings side. Tomorrow, we got Exxon, which will obviously affect the XLE, the energy sector, UPS, GM, Caterpillar, Pfizer, McDonald's. So some Dow names, right? McDonald's, Caterpillar are big, UPS. ExxonMobil's big for that ES, for the energy sector. And then Tuesday, tomorrow after close, AMD, Snapchat, EA, nothing too major. AMD and Snap would say are the more important ones there. Wednesday, Waste Management, Peloton, T-Mobile, Altria, Healthcare. We have Meta, right? We know Meta's pretty major. Wednesday, after close, Meta's a big one. And then you guys can see Wednesday is also, right, on Meta's. When you have Meta earnings, you have FOMC on this day, right? So Wednesday you have FOMC, and then after FOMC you have Meta earnings. So very big, right? Some big economic and earnings stuff coming out. Merck, Lilly, Honeywell, Amazon, Apple, right? This is huge. Amazon, Apple, Alphabet. This is the behemoth of a day for the tech sector. Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, that's major. And then Friday, pretty much nothing. All right. Mauricio, I can't tell you whether something is going to happen on earnings. That's like trying to tell you what happens tomorrow. Who wins the Super Bowl? I have no idea. Even if it doesn't miss, that doesn't mean the stock goes up. All right. So AMD, Snap, Waste Management, these are the big ones. Meta, Amazon, Alphabet, Apple. Big earnings, right? Big earnings coupled with major economic news. Be careful. That would be my word to say. Be careful. Do not think that you know what's going to happen this week. You think you know what's going to happen this week? I might not see you next week. All right. So today we looked at the economic, we looked at the earnings news, right? That is big. That is stuff to pay attention to. Today on the technicals, we're going to take a look at Tesla. I know we all want to look at Tesla. It's a big mover. It's a big move last week. And we should get ourselves prepared with some technicals to watch. Amazon daily supply, major daily supply level that I'm watching on Amazon. Amazon moved right into our supply level that we talked about. We talked about that 102 supply on the daily chart. It went right into it. So this is something to watch today. Meta, right? This is another one that has been green 11 of the last 13 trading days. Meta has been green 11 of the last 13 trading days into a supply level. So I'm watching this one as well. Netflix, 354.50. This is a big level I'm watching today on Netflix. TSM and AMD, some retest levels that I've been eyeing. Google, 99. And then the last thing I want to point out is the dollar. The dollar sitting near a pretty major support, and we got to keep an eye on the dollar here over the next few days, all right? Especially into FOMC. We got to see what the dollar does on FOMC. All right, so that's the calendar for today. Let's get the ball rolling. Thanks again, guys, for being here. Press the like button if you could before we get started. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Here we go. All right, let's start with the ES. So the ES, if we go to the 4-hour chart, right? If you know something this week, I might not. Right, this is very obvious. Very obvious. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to go long before we get a break of 4,100, a legit break of 4,100, right? It is very difficult for me to try to look long with any type of like long-term confidence or midterm confidence until you get a move over 4,100. That is very clearly a 4-hour supply level. You can very clearly see it here, right? Previous major rejection, previous major rejection. You did sort of move through that, but that was just a little squeeze. I think that was the 13th was CPI, I believe. So you got a big push here, right? Came right back under, tried again, 4,100 rejection. Big move to the downside. We moved up, 4,100. Look what happened here. Another rejection coming in from Friday into today. So maybe I'll talk about where you could potentially look to go long today, but this is very difficult to be looking long, right, before you can get a move over 4,100. That is a very difficult thing to get behind, right? Because you know that if you do play the upside, you are basically battling against a major supply level. So let's be very cautious of that this week, right? If we start to see this market move higher, let's say you did catch some upside here today, next week, whenever it is, be careful holding into this 4,100 area because this could very well be a rejection point this week. Maybe you push up into FOMC and then maybe it pulls back off that level again. So we have to watch 4,100. That is a 100% fact. You have to be watching what happens here around this 4,100 psych level. All right? So that's the first thing to pay attention to. On the 15-minute, actually, you know what? Let's go to the 30. What's this? This is the hourly. Yeah, let's take a look at the hour. On the hourly, this would be the area where you could potentially look to long this market on a retest. I would say you could potentially look to see if there is any kind of long opportunities off this 4,030 area. That is a potential area you could watch, right? You have previous rejection there, rejections. You have support here. You have rejection there. And then you had support here on Thursday, right? So that could be a long opportunity off of 40.30, right? That would be sort of the area that I would look for if this market does slip down into 40.30. Is there any type of short-term long opportunity off 40.30, right? That would be the area I would watch today to see if demand holds up. Right now, you're holding like this 40.40, these Tuesday high area. So if you go to the 15-minute, you can see this is sort of where we're holding as we speak in this pre-market. It's right in this general 40.40, 40.30 area. It's some of these previous highs. It's not really a level I love and trust very well. Right, you can see there's some previous little rejections around this 40.40 and some consolidation here from Thursday. So if I go to the 5-minute and I zoom into Thursday, you can see there's some area of support in that 40.40, but I don't really like playing off that. I don't really think that's a very legitimate level there. My level that I would look to play off of to go long would be 40.30. That's something I would watch today. So 40.30, this area right here, I have multiple tests at this level. 1 here, right? 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and then 5 right here. So multiple tests of that 40.30 area. If the ES comes back into it, what happens at that level? That's something I'm going to watch today. So 40.30, 4,100, little area of indecision, I think, in this zone between 40.30 and 4100. I would really only, where I'd be most confident in longs is a very clean break and hold over 4100. That would really be the main long entry here above 4100. That is something that I would be more confident in than trying to go long here and trying to play back into 4100. But maybe there is some opportunity today. Let's keep an eye out for that. If we break 40.30, right? Let's think about that. If we break 40.30, let's go to the 30-minute, right? If we are to break this 40.30 today, let's say we come down, let's say we turn this back into a rejection point, then you could probably see a little bit of downside continuation, right? If you get a break of 40.30, if you turn that back into a rejection point, if these rejection points come back into play right here, these 40.30 rejection points, if those come back into play today, right? If we see this and this comes back into play, then we need to be cautious of some downside. All right, we got to watch out for that downside if this 40.30 level turns back into a rejection today or this week. All right. So that's the ES. I hope that those levels sort of make sense to you. 40.30, 4100. On the SPY, I'll go to the SPY. I know you guys like to see the SPY, so I'll start doing it. But remember, it's the same exact thing. Here on the SPY, it's these rejections came in a little bit towards that 408 area, right in this 408. I think that 408 looks pretty major here. 408.50, 408. And then right here, this is going to be important. This 403, 404 area. So you guys can see right here, right there, and right there. If we if we go 403, Mr. TNT man, what? If it comes under that level, yes, it's back in play. Yes, that is correct. If it comes back under that level, we are not going to assume that it is going to. But if it comes back under this level, then yes, under 40.30, yes, I would agree. But it needs to get under 40.30 first. We're not going to try to guess that that's going to happen. So on the ES, you can see right here, or I'm sorry, on the SPY, you can see right here, previous rejection, and a previous rejection. That's right around 404. 403.30, 404, right in that general zone. So you can see this morning, we are under that level, which is pretty important here on the SPY. You can see we had previous rejections here, right? This is right around that 403.30. You had a previous support step in right here at 403.30, and you are now trading underneath that level, right? So you can see you are trading underneath that level. So 403.30, right? Rejection into support, and then a rejection once again, right? So very nice. So previous rejection into support. I would watch this 403. It's not really like a perfect level. It's sort of like 403.20, 403.30, right up in there. Look at that. So previous rejections into support. Watch that on the SPY. All right, watch that zone on the SPY today. So that on the SPY is actually like right here on the ES, 40.60. That could be your little short-term rejection to watch right here, all right? So let's go to the 5-minute. Look at this right here. So 5-minute on the ES, you have previous rejections here, and then you have previous support here. So that's what I would watch in the short term, right? 40.60. That's pretty clear. This previous support level from pre-market between Thursday and Friday. So 40.60, 40.30, 4100. Those are my levels today on the ES. 40.60, 40.30, 4100. All right. Trend line. I'm not so much. I mean, I know a lot of guys are focused on that long-term trend line, guys, but I think you focus on some of these short-term levels to play. I mean, yes, the trend line is, yeah, you could say that we're over the trend line, but if you guys watched my video, I don't know if you guys watched my video. I made a video about what would I need to see to trust the upside over the trend line. I made a video that said, yes, we did. Yes, even if we break over the trend line, what is the level that needs to be watched? And in that video, I talked about 4,100. I said that even if we break over this trend line, which I don't think is that major, I know people like to trade trend lines. I'm a little bit more focused on the supply demand. Yes, we did break this trend line, but I think this 4,100 is more important at this point. I think you still need to break 4,100 to have any type of trust in the upside here. I still think this is a major supply level, and I don't think it can be forgotten about just because we are over a long-term trend line. Okay? So I would not want to be too long here until you get over 41. Right? I would want to see us over 41. All right? So once again, 41 major supply, 40-60 potentially a minor supply here today to watch out for right here. And then if you move lower, 40-30. Hopefully that helps. NASDAQ. So NASDAQ's interesting here. These highs, these previous highs, were right around this 12.1, right? I'm going to call it 12.1 because that's right in the general area of where these previous highs were. These previous highs, it was a triple top, right? You guys can see right here. Top here, and top here. That's probably your 12,100 triple top, right? So that is a level that you need to see. Can we actually maintain over it? 12,100 triple top. We are back below that right now as we talk on this live stream. You rejected this little wick high rejection up here at 12.3. So 12.3 double top, 12.1 previous triple top. And if we go down to the 15, actually let's go 30 minute. If we go down to the 30, so let's zoom in on this 30 here. You can see we are trading back below that 12.1 today. That 12.1 is also where we rejected here on Thursday. So I would watch 12.1 here. I know we're like sitting right at it. So I would see how we react here like in the next 10, 15 minutes at 12.1. If this 12.1 turns into a rejection point today, maybe you have a little bit more confidence in downside. Let's see what happens at 12.1. So 12.1. And we can also go, if we go to the morning or we go to the intraday on Friday, look at this, right? This gives you even more confidence in this level. Look at what 12.1 did on Friday. You guys got a push above 12.1 Friday morning. You got a retest of 12.1 Friday afternoon, and that is where that upside came off of. So that is a very clear level of interest on the market. Look at this 12.1 retest intraday on Friday. Right there. Very clean. And if we go over to today, you can see we're sitting right under it. So 12.1, that's your first level to watch here. Very important there. Next, after 12.1, if we do move lower, I would say you watch this 12.15, right, in this general area here. Previous highs into a support between Thursday, Friday pre-market, right? Previous highs here. Boom, boom, boom. So that's pretty important as well. 12,015. I think if you break that 12,015 area, then you're moving back down to these lows here. This low, these lows, this low, and this demand bounce here at 11,900. All right? So those are my NQ levels. I got 12.1, very important level here today as we speak, probably within the next few minutes. If you reject that, I think 12,015. If you break that, 11.9. All right? Above 12.1, above 12.1 is a little bit interesting. It's a little bit hard to know exactly what happens there above 12.1. Do you just get another push into 12.3, right? If you do regain that 12.1, possibly, because this is a pretty just sort of low volume little push here. Both of these are just sort of straight up moves. So it would make my trading day easier. Let's just say this. It would make my trading day easier and make more sense, to be honest, if we rejected 12.1 and we moved lower. That would make my life easier. If we rejected 12.1 and we rejected 40.60, right? If we do something like this, I would be much more in tune with the move on the market if we did something like this today. Rejected 12-1, rejected 40-60. I think that would be a nice play. I think it would make a lot of sense. Above 12-1, I think you got to still be cautious up here, right? Up in this zone between 12-1 and 12-3. It's a little bit of a questionable area here, how the market moves through that zone. And it's a little bit questionable how the ES moves through this zone, right? Above 40-60. So that's what I would watch. 40-60, 12-1. Those are the levels I'd watch in the short term, all right? Dow Jones, it looks like it's at an important level as well, right? I haven't even touched the Dow this morning, but look at this. I think we're at an important level right here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, we're at a very important level. I haven't even touched the Dow today, and we can see, look at where the Dow is trading right now. So the Dow is trading right under this previous little triple top right here. Look at this. So you have this 33,880, 33,900. Let's just call it, yeah, we can call it 880. 885, 880. You can see, look at what the Dow's doing right now. Rejection, rejection, rejection. We broke below it, right? If I go to the 5-minute, look at this on the 5-minute. We broke below 880, rejected 3 times, fell off. We're coming back into it. So today on the Dow, does it break this level or does it reject? That's what I would watch. Does the Dow break above this 880 or does it reject? Previous, very important triple top, 33,880. Russell sitting right here at this huge supply. I mean, this is going to be very interesting today as well. Look at this. I mean, I think it's like this 1905 area. That's really what I'd call it, 1905. You guys can see we are trading back under it. We have previous highs here. We have previous highs here, right? And we are trading back under that level today. If we go to the 5-minute, or let's go 5-minute. This is where the Russell found support, a double bottom support here on Friday, right? Double bottom support on Friday, upside. Now we are trading back below that. So watch out for that today, I would say, on the Russell. Right around that 1905 level, okay? 1905. That's what I would watch. All right, guys, so I hope those levels work or, give you some insight into this market. I think the biggest level to watch here is 40-60 on the ES. This looks pretty important right here, right? Previous lows, watch out to see what happens here today. Previous lows from Thursday into Friday pre-market. This is where you bounced off of, all right? You found demand off this level on Friday. You're trading back below it. Demand into supply. That would be a reason for downside. So watch out for this 40-60. All right. Tesla. So Tesla's been a beast. No doubt about it. And the shorts have been squeezed, right? It's been what an awesome push. Great for the long term. Not really catching it with any options, but great for the long term and great for just great for the overall portfolio as of right now. We'll see how much this holds up for me. But right here, I'm going to be watching this 181. And then right around, I would say this, if it gets through that, I would say this 188.50, 190 area. This would be the next little area I would watch right up here. Right at that 188.50, 190 area would be the next level. But you guys can see, this thing's been strong. And as of right now, right, it's still putting in some hold here, even up here at this 175. I personally would want to retest before going long Tesla. Right here. This is where I would consider longing Tesla. Back at this 167, 170 level. That's really where I would want to see this market or this stock move back down to before chasing this or even like looking to go long. I would want to see a retest of this previous low here and this previous low here. I think if you can grab a retest, if you can get this to move down like 6%, I think that could be your next long entry. Until that happens, I probably will not be trading Tesla to the upside. I have 140 shares of Tesla, and I'll just let it milk. If it continues higher, I'll just take advantage of it with the shares. I'm not going to try to trade the short-term options. If we get a pullback, then I'll look for it. Maybe back down to this 167, 170. I am holding, full disclaimer, I am holding some Tesla puts as a protection to my shares, which are down right now. They're down like, I think, $200. So I am down on my Tesla puts that I did hold. I added those to the portfolio just in case this does have a harsh rejection of one of these levels. I could take advantage of that in the short term while holding those shares. But, the share gains are more than offsetting any kind of losses I would take on a short-term put. But I'm just sort of managing the portfolio in that regard. So this previous, if I go to the hourly chart, and I need to get a little bit more time here because it's a little bit difficult to try to find the next. I think this 180 level is going to be important, this 181, 182 area. So if we look at this hourly chart here, right, you have a previous low here, or you have some previous congestion there, once again here, right, once again here, once again here, and once again here, right? So you guys can see support, rejections. That's a very key level there, right? That's a very key level there. 181, 182. You can clearly see the areas of interest in the past at this level. Now, if I go over, right, and I go over to where we are today, look at this, right? Look at what's starting to happen here around this 181, 182 area. This is interesting. This could be where this rejects a little bit. I would not want to be long into this level. How could you want to be long into this level, right? Look, support, rejections. This is a very important area for Tesla here. And if we go, you even have a rejection right here too. And if we go over to this level today, look at what's going on at this level here today. So you need to be cautious here. Just like if you're just delusionally bullish here on Tesla because it's been up last week, please be careful at this level, right? This is not something I would really mess around with until you see something maybe very clear above this level, above a hold and then maybe a continuation. But I would be cautious at this level, right? This 181, this 180, that's a very important area. If we get a pullback off this level, right, then I would look for the retest. That's the retest I would look for, back to this 168, 167 area, all right? That would be my retest that I would look for, back down to here, all right? So that's my game plan on Tesla today. This is my game plan, right? I know this game plan is going to be different for you guys, but here's my game plan. If it goes up, I don't touch it. I take advantage of it with shares, right? If it goes down, I'll, take profits on my short-term puts. If it moves lower, and then if it moves into 167, I'll look to switch to the long side. That's pretty much my game plan. Hold puts until 167. If it goes up, shares will more than enough cover for my short-term put losses, and I will not touch the upside here on Tesla unless it's with my shares. I just don't really want to trade upside on Tesla with options after this crazy move right now. I'm just being cautious in that regard. All right, I know that is different. I know some of you guys might not have shares of Tesla, so it's a little bit different, but I'm just sharing with you guys my thought process, at least on Tesla. Not touching the upside, taking advantage of the upside with shares. If it moves lower, short-term puts, and look to go long potentially with short-term options down around this 168. All right, that's my Tesla game plan. Amazon. Man, do I want this to reject because this is money. This could be money. But the problem we have here is there's earnings. That is the problem that we have here on Amazon. But this could be a money rejection on Amazon. And if I have any type of profits this week, I know this breaks some of my rules, but if I have any type of profits this week, if I can risk $100, I would consider risking $100 on Amazon earnings just because of this technical rejection. Maybe earnings has some significance here. Maybe the technical level has some significance here. I'm talking from the bad side of my head. Just remember that this is not a good idea by any regards. But I'll be human and I'll talk to you guys as I would a friend. This looks like such a good potential rejection point on Amazon that it would maybe make me risk $100. It may make me act up. I may act up a little bit at this area on Amazon. Previous daily chart demand, right? Major daily chart demand here back in May and June. Major daily chart supply here back in October into November. And we are sitting right at that level again today. So this is very interesting, right? This could very well be a sexy risk reward to the downside. It's very interesting to watch. I think this is going to be one of my main watches today. You can see we did gap down off this level today, right at that 102 level that we've been talking about. Look at the gap down off that level. We're filling that gap a little bit in the pre-market. I mean, if this thing pushes back into 102 and starts to show me some rejections today, I may look to try to play this. So definitely a watch for me today. If Amazon wants to reject this 102 level, I will be very interested. This is a very clear rejection point on Amazon, right? Previous 4-hour daily chart demand into a double top supply, and we are sitting right back at that level today. Let's see what happens. I'm just wanted to point that out to you guys. It may make me act up, but it's very interesting. All right, Meta. Same thing on Meta, right? Look at Meta here on the daily. You guys can see right here, previous demand, and demand, right? That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottom. 6 bottoms over a 3-month period at 155, 154.80. It's really like the extreme low here is 154.25. So I'm going to put a line there at 154.25. That's the extreme low of these candles, 154.25. And that is actually that's actually the exact high here. Look at this. So look at what happened previously. 154.25 right here. And then look at this candle rejection right here on the daily, which started the downside. That's very interesting. This was 154.20, and this was 154.25. So you can see this previous demand here turned into a nasty rejection right here. This was back on the 15th of September. And that's what started that downside move. That was a sick move, if anyone caught that day. But anyways, we are back at it. And we have been green 11 out of the last 13 days. Is that the 200 SMA? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Huh. That makes things even more interesting here. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Holy shit. All right. I mean, I think you guys get the picture here. This could be nice. This could be very nice. Obviously, we'll have to see if the market gives up to any extent. Here's the 5-minute chart. Look at the 200 SMA rejection on the 5-minute here. Look at that. That's right on Friday. I mean, literally right at the 200. Double topped at the 200, almost on the cent. Yeah, I'll probably lose some money here if I'm wrong, just to let you know. I'll probably lose some money trying to take this play. I'll probably take some risk on this play. I'm willing. This is the type of setup that you have to be willing to take the risk, right? That's trading, right? This is a setup, right? This is a legitimate setup. I think everyone would agree. If you are a trader that uses technical analysis, I think every trader out there would agree that this is a good risk to reward setup. Hands down. Whether you're right or wrong here, whether Meta just sort of squeezes through this and you take your loss, this technical setup is something that you want to be looking for. I think we would all 100% agree on that. Previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, 200 SMA, right? If the market finds downside today, right, that could be a fantastic entry point. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, right? Don't want to try to 100% guess whether that's going to happen, but that is definitely a setup that we should all be watching here this week. I think that should be on our eyes, on our watch, to see what happens there at the 200, right? So, yeah, let's keep an eye on Meta there. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Whether we're right or wrong in this regard, I think that's a nice looking play there. All right. Netflix. Definitely watching Netflix here under 354.50. I don't think everyone's shorting today, Cooks Delta. I think we're just getting ideas of what to be cautious of, right? And look at what just happened on the NASDAQ, guys, right? Look. We're just getting ideas of what to be aware of, guys. We're not going to be building biases here, but we're getting ideas of what levels to be watching and what areas to be focusing on. And we just talked about 12,100 on the NASDAQ. If you just shorted that, you just got 30 points to the downside off 12,100 on the futures. So, these levels are starting to look pretty nice here. And if we are playing off levels, right, if we're playing off technicals, these are some really nice potential setups. We're not going to just, we're not just because I talk, just because I want to make sure everyone realizes, just because I'm talking about some bearish setups here does not mean as soon as the market opens, I am slamming put options with my entire portfolio. People need to understand the difference there. All right. Volume profile. Netflix. What am I watching here? All right. What am I watching here? Very clean, very obvious. If Netflix drops 354.50, I think you have some juice in this area. Right? I think you have some juice. All right. If you're looking for some juice, I think there's some juice here. So I would watch 354.50 on Netflix. I would wait to see if it breaks below, right? 354.50. If it does, right, I would look to see if you can take advantage of this extremely low volume area on Netflix, which was pretty much a straight up move, right? Boom, 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 boom. Straight up move on Netflix. If you can start to see that thing slip under 354.50, if the market does find downside, I think that is a very nice potential setup, right? So that is something I will be watching today. 354.50. Does Netflix get under it? Does it start to slip through this low volume area? If it does, I like the setup. All right. That's that. That's Netflix. Oh, we're running behind. We're running behind schedule today. TSM. So I'm in a little TSM call here. I traded it off this 92 retest area. It's okay. It hasn't really worked for me yet. You guys can see it's sort of flagging here into this retest level. This was a previous high right here that turned into a support. So you guys can see right here, hourly chart. You have a previous high here that turned into a support, break and retest. I went long off this level. It's not really worked for me very well. I've been sort of in and out of profit. I'm holding it right now. I am sort of expecting this to be red in the morning here. But I like that retest level. And if I do zoom out, that is also a previous high here. So you can see this previous high here on TSM. We broke it. We retested it. We held it. So I am a little bit, I am looking for that break and retest to work out here on TSM. It might take longer than I would originally hoped, right? This may consolidate for a little bit above this level. But ultimately, I would want to see TSM hold above this high, turn this, keep this level as support, which it already has proven here on the 15. So you can see it's already sort of proven that support on the 15-minute. I want to see it stay above this 91.30, 92 area to stay in this position. But we'll see. That's a retest I am watching. And then the other retest I'm keeping my eyes out for is Amazon. I'm sorry, AMD, my bad. So you can see right here, AMD. This is a very clean break and retest. Previous double top high into a previous double bottom support, right? That's the break and retest. The only problem here is that it looks like AMD is finding a lot of rejections up here around 77, which might be causing this to not work out in the short term. But you can clearly see here on AMD, previous double top high into a double bottom support. Watch to see if it does break 77, right? This could just as well be a downside play. if it breaks 77. So I'd watch 77 to 72.50. I'm sorry, if it breaks 72.50, it could very well be a downside play. Correction there. So you do have earnings coming up, so that's something to watch out for. I probably wouldn't trade it through earnings. I'll probably get rid of my position here on AMD before earnings as well, but that is something to watch. All right, next thing, Google. Google 99 retest. So you have a previous 99 level here on Google right here, right? You have a previous rejection here at 99. You have a previous support here at 99. You have a previous rejection here at 99. And if I go to the 15-minute, you can see we are trading right back at 99 today pre-market. So 99 is what I would watch on Google. If the market does find some demand today and it does push to the upside, you might be able to trade Google off 99 today on a little break and retest. That could be a nice watch. If the market does move lower, I would watch for 99 to break on Google. I don't know how aggressive I would be on the break of 99 because I think this is a little bit of an area of demand here as for now. So I would be a little bit more biased on Google to just look for the upside. If it breaks the 99, I would just look past it. I don't think I would try to play it the other way. I think there's better downside plays than playing Google to the downside, like Netflix, like Meta, like Amazon. Those are probably the ones I would look for if we get downside. If we get upside, I would probably look to play this 99 retest hold. All right, that's what I'm watching on Google. All right, the last thing, actually, before we do that, let me go ahead and clean up this. Hopefully, I always forget, but some of you guys out there like to clean this up for me, and if you did, I very much appreciate it. You guys did. I thank you guys. Whoever's doing this, thank you so much for the help for cleaning up this ticker form. So we'll look at that in a second. I just quickly want to pop up the Dixie and give you guys an idea of what the dollar's looking like because this is going to be an important level here on the dollar. On the 4-hour chart, you guys can see that we've been sort of basing here on the dollar around this 101.60, 101.50 level. If I go to the daily chart, right, you guys can see that we came back down to this 101.50 area. Okay, one more. Do it one more time. One more, please, 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 please. Do it. Do it. Say it one more time. Oh, he got saved. One more time, that would have been it. All right, we'll go NVIDIA, Josh. Yeah, after this. 101.40, right? You guys can see right here, 101.40 on this dollar. Very big bottom there on the dollar that caused that upside move. You guys can see we're sitting right at it. If this dollar breaks this support, you might get continuation on the market, right? This could be a reason for continuation on the market. This would be something that I would watch for, right? If the dollar finds support here and bounces off this level, right, that could be your next downside move. That could give you some confirmation that we could push to the upside, right? So if you start to see the dollar bounce off this level, if it moves higher with the market, or if it moves higher with some kind of bad economic data, or if it moves off economic data and bounces off this support, right, that could give you a little bit of confidence that the next move might be lower if you do bounce off this level. So just watch this level. I'm not going to tell you which way this goes. I don't know which way this goes because I can't read the future, but this is something to be watching if you are trading. You have to see what happens here on the dollar. This is a very major level on the dollar, and I would be monitoring this, right? For now, it's been pretty sideways, but let's see how this works out here. This is something to be watching this week, especially with the economic data. All right? So let's get into the ticker form. All right, this is what we're going to look at. We're looking at AXP, CRM, SC, NXPI, and NVIDIA. That's what we're going to look at real quick. If you guys could take 1 second, press the like button. If you are going to head out before we go over these levels, please go ahead and press that like button for me. You didn't see that chart, did you? AXP, CRM, SC, NXPI, NVIDIA. I don't know if you saw that or not. All right. AXP. American Express, yeah, major push on AXP, major push on earnings. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, that's it. I don't know if I would want to be chasing this, guys. I just don't. That's just not really. That's not really my. It's not really my trade setup, right? It's not really my trade setup to just be chasing a move post earnings. It's not really what I like to see. So I would let this thing settle. I don't have any words for you today on AXP, to be honest. I can't really tell you what, it's day 2 of a huge earnings push. My best advice to you is just watch it settle. Watch it settle. Let's see what happens today. Let's revisit it tomorrow. Let's let it have a day post earnings, squeeze. I don't think we just chase that thing today. All right. CRM, a little bit of a push above that 158. Yeah, here's what you're watching. 165 right here. Look at this. Look at that rejection around 165, 166. Yeah, you wrote it 165 rejection. Yeah, I would watch that. Yep, absolutely. Obviously, you need market, but yeah, I'd watch it. SE, I don't think you should be looking at SE, to be honest. It did hold this demand down here around 52. Maybe this has a little squeeze to it. But I think there's better things to be watching than SE. The only time I'd be interested in trading SE is a rejection off 90. If this thing really goes up to 90, I'd look for a rejection there. That's about it. I really wouldn't be looking for anything else. NXPI, I'm not even sure what this is. Semiconductors. Oh, it's okay. Do they have earnings? I'm pretty sure they have earnings here. They have earnings today? Yeah, good luck, man. I mean, don't tell me to look at earnings stocks, guys. I don't know what's going to happen on earnings. NVIDIA. Yeah, I would look for this level on NVIDIA today, right here. I would look for this 198, 197 right here. Previous highs. Look to see if it holds here on NVIDIA. That's what I would look for today. 167, 168. We talked about this 193 on NVIDIA on Friday, and look at that push off 193. That was hot, right? I caught this thing really nicely. Let's see if this retest holds this 168, 167 level. That's what I would watch today on NVIDIA. Costco, yeah, I'd watch the 510 rejection. This is a move right into a daily chart rejection level, 4-hour rejection level. That's what I'd watch on Costco right here. Right? Very clear 510 area rejection. You guys can see it right there. Rejection, and you're rejecting it again. Watch that. And then Walmart, yeah, it's dead. Walmart's dead. Look elsewhere. I don't see anything here. It's dead. Maybe you can follow some XLP weakness. But yeah, Walmart's just not moving here, guys. It's stuck around this 143, 144 area. Already looked at Tesla. All right, guys. That's all I got. I got to head over to the Discord. If you guys want to join us, trade live on a daily basis, link is down in the description. If you want technical levels on a daily basis, everything we look at here on the live stream, I put into a Discord, into something you can review, into a text format. That is down below as well. It says technical levels. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic trading day. If you could press the like button before you head out, that would be fantastic. We have about 1,400 here and 500 likes. My goal of this year is to get 1,000 likes on a live stream. If you guys could help me out with that, I'm going to continue to say that until we get it. So if you don't like hearing me say that, then just press the like button. It'll go way quicker. Thank you guys again. Hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure to watch those NQES levels we talked about. They're going to be very crucial today. Earnings, economic news. Be careful this week. That 4,100 rejection on ES is very important to watch. I would be very careful getting too aggressive to the long side until we're over 4,100. That is something I would keep in your mind this entire week. All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a good trading day. Be safe out there. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace out.